Hello, and thank you for watching Redbeard Shaves. Today's video is another top 5. So I want to start, my plan is with these top 5 rankings is that I'm going to address them like twice a year. So I'm going to go through today my current top 5 soap bases in no particular order. Always get a ton of questions about soap bases. And I will tell you that while I gravitate towards certain brands, the market with soaps right now and artisan soaps is very, very close. A lot of the bases all perform extremely well. They each have their own little idiosyncrasies on getting them dialed in, either not a whole lot of water or a lot of water or somewhere in the middle. So whenever you are getting a new soap and trying out a new base, it's always good to do a couple of test lathers with it. Find out where its sweet spot is, or if you're just one that dives in and starts shaving with it, then take a couple of little notes. Okay, I added a small amount of water today, didn't seem like I had the slickness that I wanted. Next time you look at that note, okay, I'm going to add a little bit more water and kind of figure it out that way. But sometimes these do take a little bit of playing with these soaps to get them tuned up just right to where it suits your needs for your wet shaving. So I have 5 here with 2 honorable mentions. I'm going to start with the honorable mentions. The actual top 5 are in no particular order. They all perform excellent, and I love all of them, and I support all these companies to the fullest. But number 1 for honorable mention is Mammoth soaps. Now, I love Mammoth. It is, in my mind, would be in my top 5 base, but unfortunately, it's just super hard to get a hold of. This is the only soap that I have in my den. I was very fortunate to get it, and I really enjoy it when I use it. But because it is so hard to get a hold of, due to it being a limited run, it just can't make my top 5. You've got to be able to get something to be your top 5 soap, especially if you're a person that's only going to have 1 or 2 soaps in your den. You've got to be able to get a hold of it. But if you are able to get some Mammoth, it's an excellent base. In my opinion, it has the best of both worlds. It has best of the tallow world and the best of the vegan world, all rolled up into one package. So it's really good. Another honorable mention that I feel should be in absolutely everybody's shave den is Sterling soaps. I really enjoy Sterling soaps. I think that at times they can be difficult to dial in, and that's why I didn't quite cut my top 5. And when I say tough to dial in is sometimes they can just tend to, if I'm really enjoying my shave and I'm taking time, or if I'm shooting a video and I get talking a lot, then it can dry out a little bit. Now I can resuscitate that and bring it right back to life by just adding a little bit more water, but it can be finicky with that. So due to its little bit of lack of consistency on performance, that's why it just slipped out of my top 5. This had previously been in my top 5. Another one of the soaps took its place. But Sterling, you cannot beat the affordability of this soap. You cannot beat the number of scents in their lineup. It is a very strong tallow-based performer. They have wonderful scents. Some people knock that they can smell the tallow a little too strongly off the puck. I get that with certain scents. With other scents, such as this bergamot lavender, I don't get that at all. And then I also, once I've started lathering, I don't get that tallow smell at all. So it doesn't personally bother me. But definitely check them out if you haven't. They're a strong performer, and they're extremely affordable. So, and you're pretty much guaranteed to find some sort of scent that you like in their lineup. And even their aftershaves are affordable. So check out Sterling for sure. All right, and in no particular order, like I had said, and I'll keep saying through this, one of my favorite bases is Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, also known as PAA, in their CK6 formula. This is an all-vegan base. It's a thirsty soap. It takes quite a bit of water. It has an excellent both residual and primary slickness. It has a wonderful post-shave feel. Douglas comes out with creative scents all the time. I like that his scents are stronger or bolder, so they tend to last a little bit longer on my skin, and I just can't beat the performance of it. It's a really solid base. I also really enjoy, and this is kind of another one that does the best of both worlds, is the Club. You also know them as A&E or Ariana and Evans. With the Club, you sign up with a membership and you get a little discount, and then you get to be able to purchase some of his soaps, Peter's soaps, early. This is another one similar to Mammoth that has the best of the tallow world and the best of the vegan world in it. I get extremely comfortable lather during the entire shave. It's very, very comfortable. Good primary, good residual slickness, and a really good post-shave feel. Also, all of his aftershaves are non-alcohol based. They're all skin food based, and I think he has one of the best aftershaves on the market. They have a very, very good post-shave feel and really hydrates the skin and makes the skin feel wonderful. Another company that's really geared towards sensitive skin and skin care is Zingari Man. And this is a newer artisan on the market. Heather has done a wonderful job with this soap base. It has fantastic performance levels to it, both in lather. If you want a nice fluffy lather, you just keep feeding this water and it will reward you. Unless you give it a ridiculous amount of water, it will not break. It just keeps growing and growing and growing. So you get an excellent fluffy cushion, dense lather, but then you also have excellent slickness on both levels. Post-shave feel is wonderful. They come with a balm. Heather does not currently offer an aftershave. I really wish she would. I like splashes, and maybe that's just a stubborn part of me, but I do really like splashes. Even if it was a skin food splash, I'm all about it. It doesn't necessarily have to be alcohol. I just like a splash with a balm. That's just part of my regimen. But if you haven't tried out Zingari, you really need to try it out because it's a solid performer. It is pretty easy to dial in. If you ever are shaving with this and you notice that it feels a little dry, you just need to add more water. And if it seems like a ridiculous amount of water, add a little bit more until you play with it and get that slickness down, because it will take a lot of water. And then kind of new, the next two are newer ones that have popped up onto my radar that I really like. So this one here, WSP's Rustic Formula. This is their vegan base. They do have a tallow base as well. But I have really, really fallen in love with this Rustic Formula. And the reason being is that I shave every single day. And so I don't have a lot of growth. So I really depend on, in my shave regimen, to rely on the pre and post slickness, or the primary and residual slickness. I really have to depend on that slickness because I don't always have a lot of hair for that soap to get into to really build a cushion. So as long as I have slickness, even if I lack a little bit in cushion, I'm okay. And this Rustic Formula provides that for me. This is one of the slicker soaps out there. They're very affordable. I do wish they came in a larger tin or a larger container such as the Sterling, because I like to lather straight from the puck. And it's pretty messy when I do that. I usually have lather going all down my hand, dripping into the bowl and around. But they also provide good bold scents, just like I don't think I mentioned with A&E. A&E has bold scents as well. So PAA, A&E, and WSP are all on the bolder side of this spectrum in my top 5. So I can't always wear this. I can't wear it if I'm working. Sometimes I can wear certain scents, but like this Black Amber Vanilla is just a little too strong for me to wear at work. But it's a wonderful performer, wonderful scents. They do a really nice job, and they're affordable. And then the last one in my top 5, but not necessarily meaning number 5, because these are all equal performers. And this is the one that actually just bumped Sterling off of my top 5 list. And that is Lakewood Soap Company. I wanted to say Smoke Berry. But Lakewood Soap Company, this is a tallow-based soap. I get really good performance from this. I have a nice creamy lather. It has excellent primary and secondary slickness, and it just works well for me. So this is something that I tend to grab along with the other four more frequently, and will continue to buy more because it performs so well for me. So that is my top 5 with a couple of honorable mentions. There's so many more other wonderful soap makers out there. And it's never going to say when one might get bumped from my top 5 list, but these are the 5 brands with a couple of honorable mentions that I tend to gravitate more when I'm actually shopping. I've gotten quite the soap collection going now, so now I'm more just fragrance shopping. If there's something that kind of hits my fragrance palette that I really like, then I'll gravitate towards that. But I hope you enjoy it. I hope this helps some. I mean, these are all my opinions. Everybody, it varies on what you may or may not like for your shave or for your cream to perform. But I do get a lot of questions on what's your top 5 soap bases. So hopefully this helps you guys out, and have a wonderful day. Shave on, my friends.